So, you got an employee health violation. Let's look at some things a little closer. Where could the health of your employees impact in each of these steps? Receiving, cooking, reheating, storage, hot and cold holding, assembly, preparation, cooling, service to customers. The answer is all of them. And if you have an employee coming to work sick, that could mean putting your customers and business at risk. So now it's time to revise or create an employee health policy so you can make sure employees know when they should not be working, what symptoms are important to understand, and what to do if something isn't right. But first, what is a policy, and how do you create an employee health policy for your business? A policy is a defined set of actions that minimize food safety risks, and it is best to write your policies down to protect your customers and your business. Here are the fundamental steps to consider when developing any policy. Include important and influential people in your workplace. Identify the most important steps in your processes. Ensure that your policy includes corrective actions. Revise the policy based on problems that arise or as your food processes change. Let's look at each of these steps more closely. When writing your policy, make sure you are including the key people in your establishment, like shift leads, other managers, and influential staff. Ask these questions for each of these operations. Who is responsible? Who monitors employee attendance and condition while working? What needs to happen? Employees need to call in sick or when they specifically have the symptoms of diarrhea, vomiting, jaundice, or have been diagnosed with any of the big pathogens. When does your policy take place? Your employee health policy needs to be enforced before every single shift. Where does it occur? Are employees taking an unusual number of restroom breaks? Sitting down on the clock? Coming to work looking sick? How is your policy achieved? Employees should be encouraged to tell you when they are sick. Management should try to accommodate shift changes to further encourage a safe and sanitary working environment. Management needs to watch employees when they come to work and keep an eye out for any symptoms while working. Now, what if something goes wrong? Your policy should explain what actions are taken if the correct procedures are not followed. But don't stop here. Your employee health policy is a living document and will change over time. When you discover problem areas in your establishment, use them as opportunities to improve and return to your policy to incorporate the changes. To summarize, include the key people at the table. Identify the most important steps in your processes. Check that your policy answers the questions who, what, when, where, why, and how. Ensure that your policy includes corrective actions. Revise the policy based on problems that arise or as your food processes change. Remember, having a written policy is the first step to protecting your customers, staff, and business from foodborne illness. But if you don't train your employees on your employee health policy, it won't do much. Be sure to demonstrate and explain your employee health policy to your staff, which we will explain in our next video.